welcome to episode 10. Can't believe we've made it this far already. Episode 10 of the 6 Million Mile Show. I am one of your co-hosts, Crackerbox Jimmy.
And I am your other co-host, Trucker Toby. How you been, Crackerbox?
I've been all right. I was under the weather for a lot of January, but this morning it seems to be kicking back in a little bit. But I've been doing all right. I've been doing all right. Weather's been strange. We've had a lot of rain. The creek in my backyard got higher than it's ever been before in the last 35 years, they're saying. But what they say, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. We had half of that that got fulfilled a couple of times here recently. But how you been doing?
I'm all right. My mom used to say that all the time. God willing, and the creek don't rise. I'm
Hmm.
good, man. I was on night shift there for about 3 weeks and
Yeah.
remembered why I hate it. So now I'm back on day shift, doing my day shift thing. But I've been doing good. Family's good. Can't complain, man. If I did, nobody listen anyway. Well, you might.
I would, but that's what we do. Yeah, you were telling me about that run that you were on there for a couple of weeks, and man, when you shift your sleep schedule around, and you don't have a consistent sleeping schedule, which is most of I think in my experience, most truck drivers, that aren't running dedicated freight, you never know when you're going to be asleep and when you're going to be awake. And that was, from what you were telling me about it, that was just hard, tough on you,
Oh
man.
yeah. When I was a trainer, I used to tell my students three things. There's three things you do every chance you get: laundry, eat, sleep, shower.
Yeah, that's four.
You do those four. You do. We don't count real well in the trucking industry.
No.
Um, but I used to tell them, you eat, you sleep, you shower, do laundry. Those four things you do whenever you get the chance, because you're not sure when you're going to get a chance to do them next.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but
Yep.
no, it was a 652-mile overnight through
Mm-hmm.
mountains and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, Michigan to North Carolina, and it was not pleasant. And
Yeah.
then you drop, you're ready to drop into bed at the end of the night or day or whatever the heck it was. And then you fall
Yeah.
into bed and you're like, hey, I'm wide awake. No, no, this can't be.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to see you well rested again. You were looking a little tired there when I saw you a few times when you were on that run. So welcome back. Welcome back to the land of the alert and the living.
It's good to be awake.
Mm. Oh, so you've got some interesting travel plans coming up, you and your wife. Where are you
Yeah.
going?
Well, in March, we're going to Matt's in Louisville, and we're going to go through there, and we're going to do some live feeds, and we're going to try to do some, spur of the moment, couple minute interviews, and
Mm.
just try to meet some people, and hopefully meet some fans that of the show where they're going to be there.
Hmm.
And I'm going to try to set up some new guests, some more guests for the show,
Yeah,
so
good.
that we can kind of fill our dance card, as they say, and just
Yep.
go there and try to network and you know meet new people, because that's what us truck drivers are all about, is meeting new people.
Hmm.
That is my specialty. I'm really.
Yeah, yeah. We all get good at that.
And then I guess all of us are going to be at the Truckers Jamboree in July in
That's
Iowa,
right.
at
Yep.
Walcott,
Hmm.
at the Walcott Iowa 80 Truckers Jamboree. And I'm
Hmm.
really looking forward to seeing you and Mike and Jason and
Hmm. Hmm.
just everybody there. And again, another opportunity. We're going to see the truck museum, and
Yep.
I'm super excited, man. And then in between there, I'm going on vacation.
Ooh, ooh. Where are
Yeah,
you
I'm going
going?
on vacation. We're going to the Bahamas.
Oh, you gonna interview truck drivers in the Bahamas?
I'm going to try.
Well, they gotta have them. They gotta have them. That would be interesting.
You know what? Maybe I run into a truck driver on the ship. That way we could write off the vacation.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Shh. No, but the trucker jamboree and you guys out there, come check us out. July, what is it, 11th through the 13th,
Correct.
and in Walcott, Iowa, at the world's largest truck stop. All of you guys out there watching, guys, ladies, drivers, anybody out there, come check us out. Come find us. We will be obvious. We will be there. We're gonna be doing, like Toby was saying, we're gonna be doing some episode recording. taking tours of the truck museum. Man, I could be in there for days. You would just have to drag me out of that place. But so yes, come find us. Wolcott, Iowa, this coming July 2024, July 11th through the 13th at the Wolcott Truckers Jamboree, because we will be there and we would
And
love to meet you.
and then the Mats is March 21st through 23rd in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm
Hmm.
going to be there, and like I said, I'm going to be doing some live interviews, some live streaming stuff, just to, getting a lot of footage to just use later on for us, or maybe even
Yeah.
put episodes together from it, and just
Hmm.
talking to as many people as I can. And
Yep.
I definitely want to talk to the guys at Chrome Shop Mafia and you know Texas Chrome Shop people, and it's just
Hmm.
whoever I can talk to. I'm going to talk to as many people as I can. So
Nice. Hmm.
but I'm
Nice.
looking forward to it. Looking forward to it for sure.
Cool.
So
Cool. Good. Good. A lot of big plans, and can't tell folks exactly what we've got in the works soon, but we've got a pretty major um, endeavor coming up here pretty soon. That's we talk a lot about on this show the rebuilding of trucker community, and the camaraderie that's lost, and we've got I'll just give everybody a little tease. Just stay tuned, because we're going to announce it here probably sometime in February if everything goes correct. um, and a really interesting wrinkle in the 6 Million Mile Productions community that's going to allow us to do something to bring that camaraderie back. And so, y'all just stay tuned and check us out, and we'll let you know. And it's something that you folks out there, all you drivers out there, can take part in with us. It's not just us. So it's going to involve a lot of people potentially, and really just give you folks out there an opportunity to be able to give back. So, and that's all I'm going to say about that right now. But it'll be good, and I think you'll find it interesting when we actually get to tell you about it. Do you have anything
right,
to?
and that's we're working on that. That's something hopefully next month we'll be able to talk about a little bit more because it's very secretive right now. I don't even know about it.
It's
Um,
so secret, I forgot.
right. And just a heads up,
Hmm.
drivers, if you're out there and you see me around anywhere, stop me. If you watch the show, you're a fan of the show, stop me. I've had it happen a couple of times. But have your phone with you if I don't have mine. And really quick, if you don't mind, next month we are set to release Semi Aware.
Ooh. Hmm. Hmm.
It's my revised edition of Semi Aware is coming out, produced or published by Dorrance Publishing in association with 6 Million Mile Productions,
Hmm.
or maybe I should reverse that, however you want to put it. So looking forward to that, and maybe going to go into some stores, some bookstores, because it'll be in some bookstores, and maybe just sign some secretly
Hmm.
and not tell anybody.
Hmm.
But so we got some exciting stuff going on
Yeah, we
right now,
do.
and
Yeah, we
this is
do.
going to be a big year for us. My wife read my horoscope at the beginning of the year, and she said, this according to your horoscope, you're going to have an amazing year.
Well,
Of
good.
course I am.
Of course
So
you are.
all
Of
right.
course I
So
am.
what
Yes.
what
Yes.
time is it, Crackerbox?
I think that let me look. It's time for story time with Trucker Toby and Crackerbox Jimmy. That's what time
And
it is.
this week I think you have something.
I do. You know, you always go into I would always go into truck stops. I really missed the diners and the truck stops, and they've been replaced in a lot of places by fast food restaurants. But you always got to go in, get in line, and stand there, and they're going to ask you. They ask, hey, can I have a name for this order? And the expectation is that you're going to give them your name. I'm Crackerbox Jimmy. Okay, so they get the order for that. But I got really bored of just being normal all the time. So the young lady says, "Can I have a name for your order?" So I said, "Spartacus." It just popped into my head. So she looked at me and went, "All right," wrote it in, put it on the receipt, and Spartacus is the name for the order. So I waited a few minutes, and my order comes up, and there's a whole bunch of drivers in there waiting, and everybody's eating and whatnot. And she calls out, "Spartacus, your order is ready." And I stood up and I said, "I am Spartacus. And this
I am
guy,
Spartacus.
I am Spartacus. Yeah, exactly. This guy off to one side and stands up and goes, "No, I am Spartacus." And another guy stands up, "No, I am Spartacus." And the whole bunch of people are standing up doing that. It was great. And the young lady behind the counter did not know what was going on. She was mystified. She had just had this giant look on her face. She's like, "Well, okay, but that Spartacus, this one, your order's ready."
She handled it well. She handled it well.
Yeah.
She handled it well.
Oh yeah. Oh, those fast food restaurants and truck stops, they're sometimes they're fun and sometimes they're not. But just finding ways to make people laugh during the day, that's always good. That's
You know
always
what?
good.
I don't think we're ever going to top the flying midgets, but we're
No,
working on it, ladies and
we're
gentlemen. We
working
are
on it.
working on
We're
trying to,
trying. That was that was
I'm even exploring options while I'm out here now trying to find. Is that funnier than the flying midgets?
yeah,
No.
no, that's not funnier than the flying midget story. Oh, but like I was saying during the at the top of the show there, this is episode 10. We've made it through 9 episodes. And
How have you dealt with
that's
me that long?
the same way you've dealt with me. Great patience and caring
With humor.
with humor. Yeah. So we made it through 9. This is number 10. Out of the first 9, what were your, I know I've got some favorite moments. What really did you like? What was fun for you in all of these so far?
One of the things I like is the interaction, but
Mm,
I love the fact that everybody we had on the show, from Delia Meyer to Jason and the guys, Tony Martin and Lawrence, I can't Groucho.
hmm
Everybody we've had has really been a big fan of the nostalgia of the trucking industry. Like
hmm
to date, our most popular and watched episode is still episode 2, the American Truck History, and that's got like 15,000,
hmm
and it's steadily going up. Um, I
It's up to
liked,
20.
yeah, even my wife, she's she's not as familiar with the industry as like say your significant your wife might be, but she's on the fringes of it learning, and
Yeah.
she's like the nostalgia means so much to you guys more than anything else, just the nostalgia of what we do. And because this show, I mean, yourself, if you put something on the internet, it's never dies. It's out there forever. Somebody can
hmm
find it if they know how to look for it.
hmm
So to know that what we're doing and this, like, this mystery project that we're not talking about, um,
Yes.
is gonna help to preserve the nostalgia, the camaraderie. That's what we're about. Yes,
hmm
we're about having fun and laughing, and I've learned a lot of stuff. Like, for example, I did not know there was an American Truck Historical Society. Neither
hmm
did you.
No.
So I've learned a lot, and each episode I learned something. But still, my favorite above all is we're preserving the nostalgia, the history, and we're sharing it with the next generation of
hmm
drivers.
hmm
And that, like Jason. Jason's another guy like us.
Yeah.
Been out here forever. We're fixtures.
Ah. hmm
You know what?
hmm
That's just I love that kind of stuff. Just being able to, because yeah, it would be great, man. What would be awesome is if sometime we can get a round table
Ah. hmm hmm
and all of us just sit around like we're at a horseshoe,
Ah. Yep. hmm
and just talk trucking.
hmm
That would be awesome. I think that would be awesome.
hmm
We'd have to change the name of the podcast to the Roundtable Podcast, and I don't think it has as
No.
much ring to it. I
Well,
think
that is something that we could totally do when we get to the trucker jamboree. Set up they've got a diner.
well,
They've
we
got a
do
real
actually have
restaurant.
we have kind of an in with the owner of the truck stop
We
too.
do.
She
We do.
might be willing
hmm
to help us out with that. That's an awesome idea. I'm glad I
hmm
thought of it and you took it over.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't think about it.
Portable recording equipment. We can sit right there at the diner
Yeah.
counter. and talk to folks. Absolutely. So
Oh
there you
yeah.
go. Now y'all got to
Um,
come out and eat dinner with us.
yeah. Um,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
cheap. I'm a salad and shake type of guy. Um,
Oh, but you were talking about that the second episode, episode two, the American Truck Historical Society. I tell you, one of my favorite moments from the show. I was so geeked out about talking to those guys at the about the old trucks and the antique trucks. And I was sitting there, you can see it in the opening credits. I'm like holding up this thing from Auto Car Trucks. I was like, ooh, old Auto Car Trucks. Heck yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was really looking forward to talking to those guys. They were a lot of fun. And talking about getting at the um, truck jamboree coming up. Mike, my old friend Mike, who is
mhm.
from episode four.
Episode 4, the CB,
Yeah,
Mike, the CB guy.
yeah,
Yes,
Mike the
Mike.
CB guy. He's going to
You
be
know,
out there at the truck jamboree, and so's Jason. Jason and his
we're gonna,
wife are
man,
coming out.
we're gonna
Yeah,
have our own clique, man.
yeah.
We're gonna be like a clique or something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The old
Yeah. So,
trucker gang.
yep, yep. So Mike's going to come out from Michigan. Jason's coming from Canada. So like on episode four, if you guys are gonna get out to the jamboree, Mike's gonna be there, and he will sit down and talk anything radio with you that you want to do. So you guys check if you're not familiar with episode four. Getting ahead of myself. Four, yeah, take a look at it, check it out. Mike will be there at the jamboree, and we'll be happy to talk with you about your radio problems, and really knows an awful lot about that. So that was a really good episode just to get him on and talk CB culture and radio nuts and bolts. It was good.
Oh man,
That was
and
fun.
that's one of those subjects we could dig into a lot deeper for a
Mm.
lot longer too.
Hmm.
You know, like episode 3. It's a hard road.
Hmm.
You name that episode, I like it, but it's one of those things where people don't talk enough about how us being out here affects a family. Well, my
Hmm.
wife's gonna be in at the
Hmm.
trucker jamboree and at Matt's with me, so you know that's going to be fun for her because this is an immersive experience for us.
Hmm.
And we do know somebody else that's been on an episode too that's going to be there. We didn't mention Delia Meyer, but she has no choice but to be at
Yeah,
the trucker
yeah,
jamboree. She
yeah,
kind of owns it. um
yeah.
you
Hmm.
know but
Yeah, it'll be nice to meet her. Hmm.
it will, and I cannot wait, seriously, because a lot of people don't know this, but we've never met. You and I
Hmm.
have officially never
Never.
actually met.
No.
you know
Hmm.
um the story about how this podcast came about is on our website, but it's kind of fun. But just to know that, hey, I get to meet you for the first time,
Hmm.
and we're both going to meet Jason in person. I get to meet Mike, and you haven't seen Mike in years.
No,
you know
no, it'll be fun.
and we're going to get to meet Delia, and we're going to get to, I mean, just so many people, and just to do what we do live.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then, we did episode episode 7, Diesel Inner Veins, talk to Rue. Oh
Rue,
man,
that
yeah.
would be awesome if she could be there. I wonder.
Yeah, have to get a. Rue, we're coming for you. Yeah, I'll reach out and talk to her and see if maybe she can make her
Yeah, that
way
would
out
be
to Iowa
awesome.
too. Yeah, but
Or
episode.
maybe if I can see her at Matt's, maybe we can do something there.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely. See,
Hmm.
I love this kind of stuff, man.
Yeah, yeah, but episode 7. We talked to a young lady by the name of Rue, who is a hazmat tanker driver. And right there, I'm impressed. But Diesel in her veins, we named the episode because she's got the heart and soul of an old school driver. She gets it. She understands what's going on, and is a power for good and for community everywhere she goes in that truck. So, and that sounds like she's out on the East Coast an awful lot. New York, New England, down into Jersey and
Right.
PA. But yeah, so we'll have to see if she can get a load out to Iowa.
Hey, real quick, if
Yeah.
you don't
Oh
mind,
yeah.
I'm gonna
Go.
drop this. I've got some people that I know,
Hmm.
that I'm hoping are at Matt's. They usually are. If they are, I'm gonna reach out to them. But if
Hmm.
I can connect with them, we're gonna have some TV stars on our show.
Ooh. Ooh. Well, that surprised me. Don't
I
let the
will. I will.
cat completely out of the bag.
Nope, nope, nope.
Uh-huh.
I can't guarantee nothing yet, but I've got a couple of people that I know are usually there, and they've been on
Hmm.
a few. They've actually been on long running TV shows for a while.
Cool.
So I'm going to see if I
Mhm.
can corner them and go, look, you're coming on the show or else. You know.
Yep. Yep. Then we had episode 5 was about Dispatch Me Home, the movie coming up. How's that project going? Have you talked to
Well,
those guys?
there is, well, right now we're at a holding pattern that has nothing
Mm-hmm.
to do with them. Some funding is being acquired. The
Mm-hmm.
funding has been promised. Right now it's tied up with an attorney,
Well,
trying to
as
get it.
those things are.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So as soon as it's released by the attorney, the investment's going to be made, and that's going to be off and running to the races. But I know the guys there, Joey Kent and Greg Martin, are waiting
Yep.
with bated breath, as they say,
Mm-hmm.
to go, hey, please, you know. And I can't wait. I got a great idea though. I want to run by them. I want to run this by you, and I'll run this by our fans.
Yeah.
The lead actor, I won't say his name, but if you look online, you'll see. But the
Hmm.
lead actor, that's playing the part of Sam the Man, I would love to do like a promotional tour with him
Hmm.
where he rides in the truck with me for like 2 weeks, and we just hit truck stops all over the country
Uh-huh.
for photo ops and do stuff like
Hmm.
that. Arrange it with truck stops where we can come in and do a couple hours, and he
Hmm.
get a real feel for for what he's going to be doing.
Yeah.
I think that would be an awesome promotional and marketing you know thing,
Yeah.
tour and tool
Yeah.
for the because it's a unique movie, man. It's a very
Hmm.
unique movie. I
Hmm.
mean, you were there, you heard the episode.
Yep. Yep.
That movie's gonna it's the feel good movie the trucking industry's needed for 2 decades, but
Hmm.
nobody had the guts to make it.
So, a short synopsis: the story is about a guy that started driving in like 1977 or so, and hung it up in oh,
40
uh,
years later,
yeah,
he started
40, like
driving in
26.
'76 and hung it up in 2016.
Yeah.
His name is Sam. They call him Sam the Man Morris.
Hmm.
And everybody just calls him Sam the Man. And he is the epitome of the old school driver, man.
Hmm.
He's um, he's when you think of truck drivers back in the heyday of this industry, back in the '70s and the '80s, he's that guy. He's got the Stanley green thermos with the silver top. He's
Yeah.
going in, he's got his cowboy hat on, he's got his long sleeve button down shirt, his jeans, his cowboy boots, a belt buckle about that big. It's usually got their
Yeah.
name on it so they don't forget who they are. Um, and
Uh-huh.
he's going in. He's going to have coffee, and the waitress at the horseshoe is going to fill up his thermos because she knows what he wants, and he's
Yep.
going to go out there and get it. And that's who Sam is, and that's what this movie is about. It's about his adventures on
Hmm.
the road before he retires. It's about and while we're on the road with Sam, we're going to share some memories.
Hmm.
We're gonna meet some old friends, make some new friends, and make some new memories. So
Hmm.
this isn't a summer blockbuster type of thing, man. This is a feel good movie.
Mm.
But the cool part about it is it's going to be authentic. It's not going to
Yeah.
be a movie that truckers can sit and watch and pick it apart. This is going to be an authentic movie,
Hmm.
a real one. Because you know
Hmm.
how you sit in a movie and if you've had experience in something, you'll go, well, that never happened.
Hmm.
Ain't no way that could have happened. Nope,
Yeah.
that's impossible. That's
Yep.
not the case here.
Yep.
They got a great team of people, and I have to admit, I'm on the team
Hmm.
uh, specifically to make sure that the language, CB language,
Hmm.
everything, the vernacular all through the movie is real, and that the
Hmm.
situations are real. We want error accurate trucks. I mean, this is going to be the real deal.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. That last point, that's a big deal. I know, every trucker that I know, that you sit down and watch a movie and it's got a truck in it exactly like you said, oh, that can't happen. Or I remember one, I'm not going to name the movie or the actor, but this guy, the character was making an escape in a red Mack dump truck, and he jumps in and barreling away. First problem is he's in an old Mack R model dump truck, and he's driving it, just takes off like a rocket in this thing. There's problem number one. But it cuts to something else, and it cuts back to the shot of this the hero driving away in the red dump truck, and now it's an auto car constructor. They swapped the trucks out between one scene to a next, and just expected, somebody there didn't notice that they went from a R model Mac to an auto car. It totally missed the thing, or didn't think anybody in the audience would know. But yep, you look and you see, you watch, that was just a glaring error for anybody that knows anything about trucks. Or there was one of the James Bond movies, there's a truck in there that pops a wheelie, that takes off, and the front end of the truck just bends and comes up right, like the frame bent right in front of the drive axles. You're not going to pop a wheelie like that in a truck, you know?
And and that's one of the reasons that we're assembling the team we're assembling, to make sure, like, part of my job for the movie is to go through the script line
Hmm.
by line
Hmm.
and notate errors. Hey, that's not how they'd say that. Hey, that's not how they do that. That's part of my job.
Hmm.
And I've got a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to start another edit of the script
Cool.
as we get closer. But um, and I understand that there may be some custom music.
Hmm.
We won't let the
Hmm.
cat out of the bag on that yet, but I
Hmm.
know a guy. I might know a guy
You might know a guy
that
that plays guitar.
that might be, looking at doing, I don't know, what's the name of the movie? It, Dispatch Me
Dispatch Me
Home. Yeah,
Home. Yes.
right. He might be looking at doing a song called Dispatch Me
Dispatch Me
Home.
Home. Hmm.
Yep.
Hmm.
But
I bet
no, it's
I
gonna
bet you
have,
it's a really good song.
I'd be willing to bet, since I know a guy, I'd be
Yeah.
willing to
Yeah,
bet it
yeah.
is too. But
Uh-huh.
honestly, this movie it's going to be real. It's going to be
Hmm.
a movie that truck drivers can sit back in the theater, or, because it's, streaming, services are big now.
Hmm.
They can sit back and they can watch it. They don't have to worry about, oh my God, seriously, because this movie's going to be authentic. It's going to be real. And I cannot wait for drivers to sit down and watch it and go, okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's the real deal.
Yeah, it's going to be a movie you can just sit back and enjoy the story, and drivers are going to be able to relate to the character because of the care and effort that's being put into the authenticity of it. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, that's going to be a good movie. I can't wait to see it get produced, whether it comes out as a movie or a series, but however they do it, and I'm looking forward to checking that out and seeing it for sure.
Oh,
Going back to looking at the list of episodes that we've done, we did number six had Jason Taylor that we've been talking about that's going to meet up with us out at the Trucker Jamboree. But Jason had an awful lot of interesting stories there on episode six, talking about trucking in Europe and trucking in Canada and whatnot. But we've had him come back since then. He was on episode nine, the last episode, giving some instruction, just sharing some knowledge and information about what folks need to know if they're going to thinking about getting into an owner operator situation. And when next episode, I believe we're going to wrap that up because we didn't. Jason had so much information that we couldn't do it all in one episode. So we're going to have him back on. So if you have seen episode nine out there, check it out. If you haven't, and you're thinking about being an owner operator, even if you're thinking about doing a lease purchase program through the carrier that you're driving for, check it out. Jason knows his stuff. He knows what's going on, and he knows how to convey the information in an understandable way too. So check
well,
that out, and then stay tuned. Next episode we're going to finish that class up, wrap that up.
and again, going touching on Jason a little more, the information he shared is stuff that a lot of people, I didn't know it. I thought I was an owner operator, and if I had known then what I learned from that episode, my ending as an owner operator went the way it went because of health issues and family tragedy. So
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't exactly like, I just failed at it. It just, things got thrown in the way that I had to handle a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but he's setting people up with the information episode in that first episode, the master class, and in the continuation episode 11. He's helping people set themselves up for success as an owner operator in this industry, and there are more failed owner operators in this industry
Ah,
than there are success stories.
yeah, yeah. There's so many things that can happen. Friend of mine out here, I'm up here in Northern California, and a friend of mine, yeah, right in the redwoods. But a friend of mine uh, texted me yesterday and said, "Hey, I'm thinking about starting a courier business. Do you have any thoughts on that?" I said, "Boy, do I have some thoughts on that," and just gave him a real fast rundown of some of the stuff that he needs to know because it's a transportation company, so it's not that much different than being an owner operator. The basic business model is pretty much the same. So I'm going to send him, tell him, hey, check out this episode. There's a lot of information that's going to be applicable to him, even though it's not trucking. It's still a transportation based business, providing transportation services. um so there's just so much information. Even if you're not going to be an owner operator, there's still an awful lot of stuff that you may not think about, or it would be something to look at. If you're gonna I always drove Most of the time I drove for very small companies, a guy that's got 5 6 trucks. So essentially, they were small fleet owners. And honestly, if I'd known some of the things that Jason was talking about in that episode, some of the information to give to people that want to be an owner operator, I probably would have not driven for a couple of the guys that I chose to drive for, just because um, understanding, what Jason was teaching about how to put the business together and what to do and what not to do, recognizing stuff that these guys had done that didn't match well with what Jason was talking about. I would have looked at that and gone, "Wait a minute, no, y'all don't have your ducks quite in a row. I'm going to go somewhere else. Thank you very much." So it's just
Well, I
good
don't think mine
info.
are ducks. I think one of them's a swan, and another one might be a goose. Um,
Uh-huh.
but no, I mean seriously, if I had known what I know now, thanks to Jason, mine would have been totally different, and it would have been much more successful.
Hmm.
I mean, I did well. But then I hit that. Like for example, I hit a health issue, had a
Hmm.
family tragedy, and then right behind that had a major health scare.
Hmm.
I still could have been okay instead of having to deal with sending the truck back.
Yep.
I still could have been okay if I had known some of the things that he talks about.
Hmm. Yeah.
And
Yep.
you know,
Yep. Yep.
oh, and really quick, you told me, I probably should have said this earlier.
Hmm.
You told me when we first started this that you had spoke with someone about our podcast, and they said that it was unusual, incredibly unusual for a new podcast to have a sponsor before they've even dropped their first episode. Do you remember that?
I do. I
I
do.
would like to announce officially that we have signed a second contract with
Hmm.
OTR Solutions. They
Hmm.
are going to continue our working relationship, and we are going to continue ours with theirs. So, shout out to OTR Solutions and everybody down there in Atlanta. Thanks, guys. We
Hmm.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. You guys do provide great services to the trucking company. And you'll get to see, if you're watching the episode, you'll get to see Toby and I talk about it. And probably at this point in the episode, you've already seen us talk about it, because I'll edit that commercial in earlier on in the show. So that's kind of funny. But
And
yeah, absolutely.
I think they're going to be at Matt's.
Oh, cool. Good. Good.
So,
Yeah.
yep. Hey, Crackerbox,
Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Toby?
did you get your card yet?
Ah, I did. I got it right here. I opened it up this morning.
I got mine. Is yours the cool metal one?
No, I got the second card. I got the plastic card. Did you get the metal card?
Oh yeah, I got the
Oh,
metal
that's
one. You beat a mugger up with this thing, man.
tell folks about this card. What is OTR Clutch?
Well, OTR Clutch is a banking solution by OTR Solutions. It's designed for truckers and the trucking industry.
Mm-hmm.
It's for truckers individually and for small fleets and businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And it's backed by Thread Bank. So it's FDIC insured. They've got
No.
the free overdraft.
Mm-hmm.
They have, they also have the automatic savings account. I mentioned that they're FDIC insured. Download the app, or you can go to the website
I
otrclutch.com.
agree. I was really impressed by a lot of the features, but the thing that really impressed me the most, having been an owner operator way back in the day, their factoring services.
And the other thing about that's cool
Hmm.
is
Hmm.
it's free for owner operators.
Yeah, I'm sitting here while we're talking. I'm looking at the OTR Clutch page, and they have end-to-end encryption on their app. You get unlimited cash back, no fees, no minimum balance. There's no credit check either. Yeah. I'm really happy that our company, 6 Million Mile Productions, has decided to go with OTR Solutions and the OTR Clutch account. I think it's going to work well for us for everything that we're doing.
Yep, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I think they're
Yeah.
going to do right by drivers. I think.
And we'll get back here to the show in just a moment and just let everybody know OTR Solutions has brought us OTR Clutch. Let's show everybody the hand. There we are. OTR Clutch, made for drivers. So what do we got coming up? We've got episode 11 that we're going to get Jason back on to finish up, as we were just talking about finishing that up. We got anything else interesting coming
Well,
up?
I'm going back and forth now with some people over at Four State Trucks, Chrome Shop Mafia guys,
Yep.
about having somebody on.
Cool.
We've got somebody from OTR Solutions. Her name is Rebecca, I believe. That we're trying to get scheduled on.
Mm-hmm.
Right now with all the shows and everything getting ready to come up, it's going to be a nightmare to get some folks on.
Yeah.
And then you've got a couple of people, I believe, that you're talking about maybe getting on the show.
Yeah.
So we got a few mystery guests lined up. They're going to be surprises. Heck, they might even be surprises to us. We don't know.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, we got good things, and it's fun. And episode 10, we're doing this episode 10 as a review. Because some of the advice that I got from people, podcast folks, when we first started this was get to episode 10, hang in there, figure it out, work the bugs out of everything. If you can make it to episode 10, and number one, you're still going, and number two, you're still getting along with the person that you're doing the show with. There you it and honestly, this is a lot of work. It's a lot of work doing the promotion and doing the editing and setting all the things up, but it's an awful lot of fun. And we really couldn't do it without you folks, watching the show. That you're why we do it. We can sit around and yakety schmack all you want, but we're doing it for you guys. We're doing it for the trucking community. We're doing it to help bring back not the old days, but to bring back the sense of helping each other out. Spend less time videoing somebody having a hard time, and get out and help them. Put the phone down and go help the guy hook up. Go help the guy that's having a problem. But bringing that kind of mindset back, that we're all in this together, and if we do that, everybody's going to have a better experience.
One of the things we were talking earlier about me going on that night shift,
Mm.
that over that 3-week period, doing any type of promotion or marketing, or doing the shorts that I was doing, keeping up with any of that was well nigh impossible, because I was so tired. I'm not a person for excuses. Don't misunderstand. I'm not making an excuse. But the reality is I'm like, all right, I've got this to do.
Yep.
That was the way it went. And I even tried working at home, and I couldn't. So me being back on the day shift, man, I'm excited, because now I can start working on the promotional stuff and the marketing stuff and reaching out. This is a lot of work. And, I tell people all the time, I couldn't do this show without you, because, what you do, nope. Not happening.
Same thing on this end. The things that you do are not things that I am good at. So we do well.
Okay, let's be honest. Okay, I'm Jerry Lewis. You're Dean Martin. You're the straight man. I'm Mr. Personality. It's my personality. That's all it is. That's all I bring to the show here. You bring
Wait,
all the technical
wait,
skills.
wait till you see the kind of caption I put under that.
See, again, I can't. I'm like, he's got, like, we were watching episode 3. Me and my wife watching episode 3. It's a
Mm-hmm,
hard road,
mm-hmm.
and there's some issues there, some technical difficulties, and he puts up the little thing that they had back, back in the 70s and 80s. Technical
Please stand
difficulties.
by. Yeah.
Right, the police. I'm like, dude, seriously, this is the kind of stuff I love, because it's not. Man, this show, I have a lot of fun with
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, and we have a lot of information that we pass on, and we share it in a way that I think is amiable. It's
Mm-hmm,
easy to understand. It's
mm-hmm.
fun. It's not, we're not too serious. We don't take ourselves too seriously. I mean, I'm bald. You've got more hair on your beard than I've ever had on my head in the last 20
Yeah.
years.
It's not even in the body. Can't even get the whole thing into the shot. Here we go.
Oh goodness, and I'm over here going, I got these hairs right here. I got that.
Uh-huh.
You know, um, but this is, for me, this is a lot of fun, and uh, my wife, I had about a 45-second moment where I considered getting off the road and going home. There's some
Ah,
stuff going on, not
hmm.
bad stuff, just I felt my
Yeah.
presence at home would be more
Yeah.
useful. And she says, "What about the show? I don't think Jim would appreciate that." Never mind. I'll just try.
Ah, yeah. Well, because you can always get a bunch of old truck drivers to sit around and talk about stuff. And remember this one time when I was driving a chain drive Mack on a blizzard going down Donner Pass? You get all kinds of guys sitting around talking to that. But I'm not on the road anymore, and you still are. You can't quit. You are stuck. You
That's
cannot
what
come
she
off the
says.
road.
She's
No.
like, she says, she says, until you guys get where you want to be, both of you, she says, you cannot come off. She says, off the road. She said, because that's part of what makes this show work is you're retired, you're at home, you're in the studio,
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the truck,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. You're still out there seeing what's going on, still got boots on the ground, so to speak, and still seeing how the culture is going. And it brings a lot of it home to me, because right where I'm at, there are no truck stops. There is not one single actual truck stop up here in this part of California. There's nothing. There's so all my vicarious living through the trucking industry is straight through the stories that you're bringing, because there's just no opportunity. So yeah, I'm doing the editing and whatnot and the recording of the shows, but I really look forward to hearing your stories about being on the road, because there's just, like I'm saying, there's just no place up here to hang out with drivers. There's no truck stops, there's no diner, there's no nothing. So getting to see the trucks and hearing about road stories that are current, that's all on you. Thank you.
Like, I'm at the racetrack truck stop here in Shepherdsville, Kentucky, and this is my favorite truck stop on this northbound run.
Mm-hmm.
And so shout out to racetrack. But and this is a newer truck stop. It's probably, it's only been, I was actually about 7 or 8 months ago, I was in here on the day they opened. So
Oh,
this is a
wow.
truck stop you haven't seen, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I get it, man. And I was telling somebody the other day about the old Williams truck stops. There's one in Dallas. They're like, oh, that's a Pilot. I'm like, it's a Pilot now. I
Mm-hmm.
said 20 years ago, 15 years ago, it was a Williams truck stop,
Mm-hmm.
and it was really nice. And then Pilot bought it, and yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
I get it, man. And this show, sometimes you get burnout on
Yeah.
just you working, because you have a full-time job too. People don't
Mm-hmm.
realize it. We both have full-time, well, they have to with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you have a full-time job too, and
Mm-hmm.
the show's a full-time job in its own way.
Mm-hmm.
you know so but just the you get burnt out a little bit, and you just huff. But now we've done it, man. We made it to episode 10. That was the
Mm-hmm.
goal, the
Mm-hmm.
big X.
Mm-hmm.
Roman numeral 10. We made it to 10. And
Ancient Rome. Yep.
that's been a subject, the topic of the last today. Um, but we made it, and that was
Hmm.
our goal.
Hmm.
They say if you can make it to episode 10, you got it.
Yeah.
Well,
Yep.
we did.
Yep.
So
Yep. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to, the things that we've got going on, and maybe upgrading my studio space a little bit. Love to. I don't think my wife would let me do it, but I'd love to bring an old like Crackerbox cab here into my living room and do the show from that. But I don't think that would actually fly. But yeah, life goals.
well, maybe upgrade the house and have a little
Mm,
studio where it looks like you're inside the cab of a truck.
hmm. That would
You
be
know,
okay. Hmm.
she might
Hmm.
let you do that.
Maybe.
My wife's even told me about that. She's like, why don't you do this when we get the new house? I'm like, that's his job. She's like, well, if you retire, I'm like, you guys aren't going to allow me to retire.
No, no, you can't. You can't. Nope. Got to stay.
I
Got
can't
to
mind
stay on the
myself.
road. Well, we should probably wrap this up here pretty quick. I just got to say, it's been a lot of fun doing this with you, Toby. It's a good time, and you folks watching, you guys are what makes the show, and we are working on putting together a Patreon page. So y'all can just say, give a little love, say thank you, and give us a little bit of monetary thanks, putting that together. And one of the things that we had to do, in the reason you set episode 10 as a goal to get to, and the first nine we're working out technical bugs and whatnot. This is supposed to be, if the tech gods are correct in their communication with me, this is our actual first episode in HD, in full recording in full HD. So you'll actually be able to see us a lot clearer. And that was one of the goals, to get that worked out, to get the Patreon page up, to have our episodes actually available on that platform. They have to be in HD. So it's just one of those goals to get everything, all the technical difficulties worked out, for like podcast streaming and all of that, and how to make all those things work together. They got up to episode 10, they say, to figure that stuff out, and here we are. And here we are.
Yeah.
Uh,
So, all
yeah.
right, man, it's been a lot of fun. I
Yeah,
guess
it's
maybe
been
it's about
great.
time for me to start driving again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, good. So folks, again, thanks for sticking with us for this long, and tolerating us, and thanks for the feedback. And we have a website. I'll put it up on the screen here when I do the editing. We have a website. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter, X, Instagram, our TikTok. So,
yep.
you can find us in all kinds of places, and we would love to hear from you. If you want to, if you want to be on the show, if you think you've got something that you would love to bring, you can find us on all those places. There's actually a form that you could fill out on our website. SIXMMP is the .com is the website, and there's a guest form. If you want to be on the show, fill it out, tell us what you've got on your mind, and email it, and let's talk. Love to have you. Love to hear from people that are on the road, or if you've
Yep.
got some really cool stories or something. Talk about how things used to be, or blah blah blah. It doesn't matter. If you think you've got something to bring it. Let's hear
Yeah. I
from you.
mean, they can reach out to us on those social
Hmm.
media platforms
Hmm.
and message us, and one of us will get it.
Hmm.
And there's I don't have the idea. That's why we have that stuff, is we want to interact with the fans. We want to
Yep.
interact with our audience.
Hmm.
To we want this to be fun for everybody, not just us. It's horrible if it's just fun for us, but our viewership is going up and our
Yeah.
subscribers are going up. So
Hmm.
obviously people see something in us.
Hmm.
Then again, it could be the bald head. If I lean down, the glare will just hit them just right. They can't
Right.
see
They'll
and
be
they click wrong.
mesmerized. Yeah.
They'll
Yeah.
click wrong. Right. Exactly. So
Well, cool. So, which direction are you going? Where are you going
I'm
from
going
here?
south towards Nashville.
Going south
Going
toward
south.
Nashville.
Yep. And then tomorrow I'll be heading to the house.
Cool. Good. Good. Awesome. Well, Toby, thanks again. Thanks again. And really love having you as a co-host. This is a lot of fun.
Yep, I enjoy it. So are we ready? Is this the big sign off?
This is the big sign off. Now's the
Ladies
time.
and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you so much for tuning in to the 6 Million Mile Show. For myself, Tucker, Toby, and Crackerbox Jimmy, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for listening. And as always, we are 10-10 on the side.
Please leave a comment, like us and subscribe to this YouTube channel that was made for you. We talk about trucks, life out on the road. It's the only thing that we know how to do. The 6 Million Mile Show, it gets you down the road with Crackerbox and Trucker Toby. Please leave a comment, like us and subscribe. Please join our page.